Dear friends, now we heard a great master how the pyramid transformed him. Now I was transformed when I met Girija Rajan, and they transformed my life. And they introduced me to Patriji, and then my life took a rocket science speed. I'm a scientist. I'm a research scientist. I've done my research in immunology and genetics from Switzerland. And then I work on herbs. And my chairman, Mahalingam, who's a great philanthropist of Shakti Sugars, he asked me to work on Vilvam. So I said, I'm an immunologist and what am I going to do with Vilvam? So that is my thought process going on. And then after that, when Patriji said that 2500 years ago, I had walked with Buddha. So he's the one who told me about my past life, and I was an Ayurvedic physician in that group. And my name was Jivaka. So the link came, why should I work on herbs? Herbs are no way connected to my profession. My profession is only pharmacological medicine, which only treats the physical body. Herbs treat the energy body. That's what Patriji said. Akara, Ukara, Makara. Okay? Now, Akara is the physical body, which allopathy treats. Ukara is the energy body, which herbs treat. And Makara is the soul, which meditation treats. So if you treat from the top, the meditation treats the soul, then there's no disease. So all of us will be out of business. So if we treat the truth is that in the next few years, there will be no doctors, no hospitals. Okay? So there will be only meditation and vegetarianism. The whole world is transforming. It will be very rapid in the next few years. We are going at a very rapid pace where a lot of photon band energy is coming into the earth. This photon band energy is coming in from the fifth dimension planet Pleiades, which Patriji always tells you to read Bringers of the Dawn. I've been keeping it as a Bible from 2002. I've read it about 20 times. My daughter grabbed my book because I had underlined everything and said, this is going to be my Bible. And my second daughter, Patriji stays with her in Cochin. She's transforming Kerala into some ways where she's working on animals. She's saving a lot of animals which are in the floods, and she's working on animal rights. So she's following my path of Ahimsa. So I'm very happy that I have a daughter who's doing a lot of work on that aspect. And regarding herbs, I went deep into Vilvam, and then I was in Sri Sailam. I was meditating in Sri Sailam, Shiva Arpanam in the background, in the Shiva temple. Then we did a very big program in Dornal. Another very great master, Maran Shiva Prasad. So he's a very great master, and he had a farm in that area. So he gave a huge amount of land for us to plant. So 400 of us, after meditating, Patriji and myself and 400 other masters planted that in Dornal. So that's a beautiful plantation it came up. He had a pyramid for the Goshala also. So the Goshala was supplying the Amrita. Amrita means the immortal thing, what the urine, cow's urine and cow dung. This is Panchakavyam, which was given to the plant. So the plant bloomed. Then Pradeep, a master, crystal master, he was flying down from Raipur to Pyramid Valley. Then he got a message from the masters, Archangel Gabriel, all the doots of God. So she gave a message to Judy Satori. I think some of you should read her book, Bringers of the Dawn, that basically tells about what the earth is going to happen in the next few years. So she's written a beautiful book, and she's met Patriji and she comes to the valley. So she knows me also, and then we interacted a lot. And then she's supposed to be Mary Magdalene's daughter. And Mary Magdalene, if you if there are no Christians here, I'll make the message say that Jesus Christ's wife. And Jesus Christ had 3 children. And Jesus Christ was in Himalayas. From age 17 to 27, there's no link in the Bible. He was with the Buddhist monks in the Himalayas. He was a monk who learnt all the practices of Buddha. And then he came back and transformed in Jerusalem. So this is what the gap in Jesus Christ's life is. And in Gizeh pyramid, I had a great fortune of meditating with Patriji, and he showed this is the spot where Jesus Christ learned meditation at the age of 7. He was initiated into meditation by the Essenes. Essenes are the very highly spiritual people. So after this, Pradeep got the message with Judy Satori saying that a great medicine is going to come for mankind. So then Pradeep never believed that herbs has got any value or anything. He thought that this fellow was slightly off his heart, a doctor working on herbs. Then he called me, and I was reading at that time, surprisingly, Doreen Virtue's book on archangels. And I was reading the page of Archangel Gabriel. And he is telling me Archangel Gabriel has sent this message. So I ran down to Chennai, we had a discussion, then Judy Satori came to Valley, and then 2 great masters from Raipur, Swarup Chand Jain and his son Shailendra Jain. They're very great masters, pyramid masters, and businessmen and philanthropists. So they came to the valley, and then this project Herb Earth followed. This Herb Earth is a herb from Eka Vilvam which will energize mankind, spiritually energize mankind. So this herb is come into production already. It's Ayur Vilva. So when I was sitting in Kabir Bhavan in the pyramid, in intuition I got the whole combination of the herbs. I put it down, and now that herb is going to come for the whole Earth, planet Earth. Vilvam is available to everybody. Vilvam is one of the most powerful anti-cancer medications. But when I went into cancer, I was treating a lot of cancer patients, teaching them meditation on. Afterwards, I realized I had a very limited role. I can only give them a quality of life. Everybody wants cure for cancer. Cancer, can you cure cancer? Who am I to cure cancer? He has come with the karmic baggage of past lives with cancer. Now, who am I? I can only guide him to heal himself and lead a quality of life. So this is my first message I got when I found a lot of cancer patients dying after I treated them with herbs. So then I realized there was a message for me also, and I was told that Patriji's daughter in her past life had cured a cancer patient, and she died of cancer. And when she went to the 4th dimension, the spiritual masters told her, who are you to cure cancer? And you died of cancer, so you teach them to heal themselves, not to cure them. You have no role to cure them. So that is my message I got. And as an allopathy doctor, that's a very heavy message, because we have been told that we have the means and medication to cure. So when it comes to cancer, you are nobody. Teach them to heal themselves. And one doctor friend of mine, 6 months he spent time in the pyramid. He had advanced stage 4 cancer. And in the pyramid he spent 6 months. He was cured. And the doctors didn't know what happened. And if you read Anita Morjani's book, Dying to Be Me, you get another message about how she was in stage 4 cancer. And she was not a meditator or anything like that, but she had an out-of-body experience. Actually, she vacated her body, went to the 4th dimension, healed herself, and came back. And now she's motivating people how to heal themselves. So my main work now is to spread the message of vegetarianism. More than meditation, I want to spread the message of vegetarianism. See, the human body is only, intestine is 28 feet. We are not designed for non-veg at all. And if you take non-veg, it stays in the intestine for too long a period, and it becomes toxic for the body. That's the first thing. There was one friend of ours who was a healer. I mean, they do a lot of healing in Bangalore. After 5 years after she stopped non-veg, she went for a wash. It's a colon wash, enema through the anus. They did a colon wash for her. She was a vegetarian for 5 years. Still, they found pieces of meat in the intestine. So you can imagine how much harm it's causing our body. Toxins. The maximum cancers in Erode now is stomach cancers. All of them come here to GEM because the deadly combination of beef and parota, which is common in Kerala also. Maida is a poison, meat is a poison for the body. Maida is so commonly used, and now all the kids have Pizza Hut, pizza. There's wheat pizza, that's harmless. But Maida is a waste product of waste. The other big tragedy what's happening is refined oils. Refined oil is pure crude oil. Understand that. It's pure crude oil. Only they heat it and do a lot of chemicals and put colors and say, so much so and so oil. It gives you relief from heart disease. Gives you relief from everything. Go to your traditional ancient oils, which are done by the traditional methods. That's what our ancestors did, and they were healthy. And the other great, I work for Shakti Sugars, so we created white poison, white sugar. White sugar is also causing a huge tragedy in mankind now. So go to a traditional Natu Chakra, Vellam, Gur. That is very good for health. Once you take off the molasses, there's nothing in the rice, nothing in the sugar. Molasses is the main health for the body. So these are the main things what I found out and in my research. So be a vegetarian. Then alkalize your body. We were born alkali and we die acid. When you 1930s, one scientist, Otto Warburg, he got a Nobel Prize. He said alkalizing the body gives you a healthy body. So vegetarian diet alkalizes the body. So that's the key in science. Alkalizing the body. So alkalize the body by vegetarian diet and fruits. So that's the very powerful message I can give you, that you're going to get a healthy body by meditating and by vegetarianism. These are the two key things. There's nothing more I can add on to through science. Science has got limitations. Other day I saw one video of a yogi in the Himalayas. He's walking on ice with a loin cloth and he's digging into the ice and pouring ice water on his body. So what is my science telling? He will die of cold. His body will never withstand minus temperatures. So he'll die of hypothermia. He'll die of this. But he's going beyond science. Science, we have limitations. Now when you meditate, the brain's electrical activity, see, when I put an EEG to his skull and record his EEG findings, when we are all now in beta state. Beta state is about 14 cycles per second. And now when you get tension and angry, you go to 60, 70, then all your stress hormones are released. When you sit in meditation, which you did today morning, you go into alpha state. Alpha state is a beautiful state where your whole body is calm, no stress hormones, and your body starts releasing endorphins. Endorphins are very powerful hormones to give you a feel-good factor. Now, people want a feel-good factor by smoking ganja or by cocaine. So that's the other end of the spectrum. So this main thing is that we are being in a very peaceful state. And then when you get to theta, which is 4 to 7 cycles, you can go in the pain without the pain reflex. You don't have pain. People do delivery. My second daughter did delivery in the water. And she went into theta state when there was no pain state in Cochin, and she delivered the second child. So it is possible. Then when you go into delta, that's 1 to 4 cycles, the higher yogis, then they can stop the heart rate, they can stop the respiration. There's nothing what my science can understand. It's illiterate when it comes to the higher spiritual science. Higher spiritual science is the pure science which the whole earth is going to transform. The whole earth will transform when people become vegetarian and people meditate. So I belong to the state of Kerala where the highest killing of animals takes place. So I feel that a massive transformation has to come to my home state, and then only we'll see a massive change in the attitude. Now we have a great master who's transformed the school by building pyramids. Now the future will be schools with pyramids. And the message of meditation, vegetarianism and meditation will go on much faster. A pyramid will create such a huge wave of energy around the body, around the area itself. And if you build a pyramid, there'll be peace in that area. So we need a lot of pyramids in the Middle East, where there's so much of killings going on.
He is a true scientist. He knows the limitations of science. He grew up in science and he discarded science. Lock, stock and barrel. And he has come to spiritual science. This Indian Federation of Spiritual Scientists is meant to bring spiritual science to everybody. It is the science of health. Spiritual science is the science of health. Spiritual science is the science of peace. Spiritual science is the science of enlightenment. We want spiritual science everywhere. Every school should have a spiritual scientist in the subject spiritual science. Every house should be a house of meditation. Everywhere there should be meditation. And everybody should become a vegetarian. If you don't follow meditation, if you don't become a vegetarian, you are doomed. You are living in a hell. Whereas you could live in a heaven, you are opting to live in a hell with meat eating and with no meditation. Choice is yours. Either hell or heaven. If you want heaven, you choose meditation, you choose pyramid energy, you choose vegetarianism, you choose spiritual science. And if you want hell, you discard spiritual science, you believe in material science, you go to doctors and take all poisonous chemicals, you eat meat, then you are living in a hell. The choice is yours, whether you want to live in a hell or heaven. If you want to live in hell, of course, that's what you want, that's what you will get. But if you want heaven, you must change your food habit and your thinking habit and your reading habit. Again, give a big clap to Dr. Shankar Narayan and Sri Aravindan ji. All great masters doing great work.